All right, we can do more tests, but first let's just disable our minds a little bit from that. Go to the face and make the nose a little bit smaller, because I think it's a little bit big, but it's not a problem to be big even. I mean, it's fine. It's cool. The nose is cool. I like it. The overall face I like, and so it's fine. But we need a tongue. So we go to object mode with Control Tab left. Excuse me. Control Tab left. We go to object mode, then Shift A, and then we add a sphere, UV sphere. Then we go to Tab and put it down, scale it with S, put it forward. Don't move it sideways, just move it forward, down, or upward, or whatever, and scale it with S. Just press S and then move with your mouse to scale it. Now, this is, I think, best way to do it. Then we go sculpt mode with Control Tap down, press X here up to go to sculpt mode, and start with our grab brush to smash it and make it into a tongue, because this will be our messed up tongue. Why messed up? Everything is messed up with this rabbit, so it's okay. It doesn't matter. We go to the head with Alt Q. I'm selecting the head while in sculpt mode with Alt Q, and now with just X, which is our draw brush, I'm just pushing with Control. I'm pushing, then I press 1, which is my draw sharp brush, and with Control I'm pushing. Of course, to push with Control with the grab brush, I need to be having a plus here than minus, because most brushes are with plus there. So yeah, that's the thing. Now I will push also this back, because this should be our tongue, so it shouldn't go upwards from the top. And we can do this even. He's like, was that? But no, I think it will be too much. He's a cute character. He has to be a little bit cuter, you know. Shouldn't be like, what was that? Yeah, let's go to the eyebrows. And for the eyebrows, I will leave the mirror for now. I will move one of the eyebrows, because the other one is mirrored, we cannot move it, obviously. And I want this to be sharp on here. So what I will do, I will apply the solidify modifier, and the subdivision will stay, but I will go to edit mode with tab. Then I will select those edges here and Shift E to sharpen them, like 0.5. No more than that, as I said. And now they are sharpened, which is great. Now what I want to do here is I'm trying to achieve the same eyebrows as the concept. So flat in this area, a little bit thicker in the middle, and then thinner at the end. That's what I'm trying to achieve. And that's what I'm achieving usually. Make sure that your thickness or solidify modifier has been thick enough so it goes inside the head, not outside. Because if it's outside, it's not a good idea. I will add more, mass in here. I say more material, but it's not material. Usually people are saying, but you're not adding material, you're adding volume, which is okay. Volume, okay. Adding material will be something like working with clay and adding more clay, adding more material, like clay material, That's what I'm saying it. Although I haven't worked in traditional sculpting at all. I'm not a traditional sculptor in any way. I haven't made a single nice thing with clay in my life. I have tried working with plaster, this Play-Doh back in the days when I was young. And yeah, but I haven't put enough time. When I was young, I was very impatient and I was putting very low amount of time in everything. So you cannot do something very beautiful if you don't put enough time into it. Nowadays I'm very fast. I can do the digital sculpting super fast if I want, but back in the days I wasn't. and it wasn't digital, so yeah. But as you can see, it's looking relatively good now. So let's go back to our color here and let's see what we can do about it. So the color, let's get this part of the color, just a little bit more than half of it, and Shift D to duplicate it and just leave it as it is. So when we press Shift D, select some polygons, press Shift D to duplicate them, then we start moving them and they start moving everywhere, but we just press the right mouse button and they go back where they were. Now we press P on the keyboard to separate, or we press right click and separate selection, and now it's separate. Now Alt Q to select this separate selection. And now we want to disable the subdivision modifier because we don't want it. And now we want to do something about this. Now let me think how we can approach this. Again, with extrusion, most likely it should work. But is it gonna work? I'm not sure. Let's see. So, how to do it? Let's select again from here to here with control. It's not gonna work. So let's try double click. No. Shift double click. No. Control double click. Yes. So control double click will select the whole loop of edges. By the way, it's not a loop of edges. It's edge, it's edges. You select them. The idea is that you have to try sometimes. You have to try double click, not working, control double click, working, shift double click, not working, and stuff like this. You have to sometimes just try by yourself. I will increase the size of it just like this, and then control B again. Let's try. Alright, I think this should work like this. This front part here doesn't have, so I will control R and add one more here, and it should be okay. And no, this in the back here is not good, so let's try to G, move it, but G again. So press double G and move it, because if we move it only with G, so just select it, press G, and it will move everywhere. But if we press G again, it will move only to the rails of the other edges, which is great. And that's what we want. That's what we need. That's what we are made for, and stuff like this. That's what, GG, move this, GG, move this. I'm trying to make this as, the same distance to each other. That's my goal here. So let's select the first one and the last one with control. Select them all, then go to select, checker deselect, and now we need to do again the unthinkable. Alt E, extrude face along normal, and extrude them like this. And yeah, again, this is the same as we did before, I know. Why do we do that again? We'll see. Now, let's go to the subdivision surface modifier. It's not gonna work well unless we press Ctrl R and add one loop here, and Ctrl R and add one loop here. Those are support loops and we need them. And now I will go to sculpt mode and just push this very gently inside the color. But as I said, this might work, but might not work. We will see. For now, I'm just gonna assume it will work. So I will push it gently inside the color with the grab brush. This is a hack, of course, but it's cool. The same thing we have to do with the sleeves. Hack them. And now if we want those to be higher, we just push them down, and that's the beauty of it to be separate. We can do whatever we want with it without touching the forms of the color itself, which is good. I think this is for the best, but we'll see. It's looking good now. I want to probably symmetrize it. Let's go to the sculpt mode, and we are in sculpt mode. So let's stay in the sculpt mode and symmetrize that by just going into here, up here, and symmetrize, and it should work. Yes, it's working great. Here in the back, I like it to be a little bit closer together, and it's not a problem. We can do it. And as you can see, it's kind of working, although not the best, not my best work probably. But is it working? It's working. So let's leave it as that. There is another way that we can do it, but all the ways you can think are just, you know, similar. Of course, the thing is that we have done it this way, but the best way it should be, it could be, or it would be, to just this to go over on the top also, because now it doesn't look like what it has to look like, although it's gonna be fine probably, but if it goes on top, it will be best. Just my opinion, my humble opinion. But how to do it? Let's go and select everything. Now, yeah, in order to go on top, it will be difficult. It will be pretty difficult. Or not. I'm thinking about something here, and let me show you what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about selecting with Shift only those squares here. Only half of them, a little bit more than half of them, it doesn't matter. And then Shift E or Control E to select everything else and X faces. So I deleted all the other faces. I will disable this modifier, and now I have this. And you will say, but why did you did all of this just to have this? Don't worry, we will try something here. So I will press Tab to go to edit mode, press 1, and then select all the top edges like this. All the top, and then move them up like this. Alright, now I will add a solidify modifier and make it very thick like this. And now I will select some of them and move them outward, so the solidify modifier is getting up. Okay, now I will go to sculpt mode and go to symmetrize them. And now this subdivision modifier has to go below. So I'm just moving the subdivision modifier, just grabbing it and moving it below the solidify modifier. Then the edge data, I will go and push it, everything, including the rim. And this, I think, is looking a little bit better. You know, it can look not so much better if it's subjectively a little bit subjective, we may say. But I think I showed you some ways that you can do this, which is great. And usually when we are bumping into such issue, which is a problem, some kind of problem, we have to decide how to fix this problem and how to deal with this problem. We usually think of interesting ways of doing it. So now these are a couple of ways that I have thought of doing this problem. I think this is a nice way. This is fine, looking good, and it will be fine. So next thing I want to do is I want to make some details on the pants. So for the details on the pants, I will apply probably the subdivisions because I have a mirror and then I have subdivisions. I will apply the mirror first and I will apply the subdivisions too. And now I will go to sculpt mode and start working with the sculpt mode, like, but first I will do, okay, apply the subdivision, then I will go and add symmetry, and then I will try to add just a few folds, not too much. If we add too much folds, it will be a failure, because, you know, especially in the stylized characters, you need to have as little as possible folds but big, readable, and in the right position. And that's maybe the one of the most difficult things. I've seen people making mistakes with the folds all the time. And when I'm making folds, I always make them thick, then smooth them, then I just sharpen them a little bit with the draw sharp brush, then I smooth. We don't have enough geometry now, but you know, stuff like this. I'm trying to achieve good foldings, because good folds are essential for a good looking model. If your folds are bad, your model will look awful. So make sure your folds are not symmetrical, very important. Not parallel to each other, very important. They have to, for example, in this case, they're all going into a same place. They're not parallel to each other. They are not the same size to each other. They have to be different. They have to be organic, you know? So folding is an art by itself. We may say, we will make this kind of a corner in here, just with the draw sharp brush. And then here we can make a pocket. So this will be our pocket. Just with the draw sharp brush, I'm drawing the pocket and then I'm smoothing it. Then I will smooth this and I'm just placing those things where I want them to be. And then I will, with the grab brush, I will try to move it a little bit to make it more interesting. Then I will flatten it a bit. Then I can even go mask this area. Imagine it, mask it, and then move those inner portions inside so it sharpens the pocket here. Then I will disable the mask by pressing A and going right. This will remove the mask, and then I will continue working on that. And here, if this thing on the side becomes too thick or something, I will go P. P is pinching. So pinching will bring those together, and it's very good for those kind of things. So I'll pinch here, pinch here. I may pinch the ends of the folds also, pinch also this area. And it's starting to look kind of nice. Here I will add also one big thing in the back like this. And maybe like this. I'm not sure. It's in the back. I'm not completely sure how I will approach it, but something like this should work. Very, very simple. We have to go simple, geometrical, otherwise it will not look good. Since this is a cartoon character, he's very yeah, he's cartoony. Even those folds here are too much. Maybe I will dial down on the top one, because they looked same and very similar to each other, and you know, boring. So be careful with the boring stuff. Boring is not good at all. So I will smooth this even, just to make sure that there is no boring stuff here. Of course, I may be changing this also later again, because it still doesn't look quite right to me. But it's fine. We'll see. We may change it, but for now we have a nice thing going on. We have some things. In the next video we can start putting some color. We can start refining the sword also, or the knife, the cooking knife. Yeah, we may make some additional things on the jacket, but overall we are getting there. So see you in the next, of course, like always.